All right, I should be live. Making sure everything's working, everything's good. All right. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hope you all are having a wonderful Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever you guys are watching this. Hello, Krista. I hope you're having a great day as well. All right. So, hopefully the live stream, yes, hopefully everything is smooth this time. Hopefully there is no lag. If there is anything, just let me know, like if there is lag or anything. But it should be good. We should be good. Yeah. All right. Just gonna wait a few more seconds. So how are you all? How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing good. I can't believe we're in June. It's kind of crazy. All right. I am going to get these statements, these articles. Let me see. So CBX, they in their latest statement, they've revealed some very interesting thing. And I can't wait to talk about it with you all because they actually answered a question that I had. So hello. Hi, Brian. How are you? Okay, I'm gonna get these statements here. Good morning. I am doing good. I'm doing good. You know, the more SM releases statements and the more CBX releases statements, I'm just like, it's like watching a tennis match or something. It's like you just see the ball going back and forth and it's like, oh, what's gonna happen? That's how I feel. I feel like I'm just watching a tennis match, like a back and forth. I mean, that's the thing with SM because the same thing happened when SM kept releasing statements with Hybe. Like Hybe would release a statement, then it would be SM, then Hybe, and it was like back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. I haven't gotten the chance to read the new statements yet. Yet I figured I would just wait for you to talk about it during the live stream. Oh, thank you. Yes, we're gonna get to it. Hey, Anthony. How are you today? And what is happening right now with CBX? I mean, SM released a statement. CBX, they also released another statement. I'm also doing fine. I'm gonna draw later, but I say, oh, you draw? Brian, you draw. What do you draw? All right. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then also CBX, they filed a complaint to the Fair Trade Commission. Like, that is wild. Like, they mean business. They're like, you know what? We're not playing around. We're serious. SM needs to be held accountable. Okay. Oh my gosh, where did the statement go? I literally just had it. Oh my gosh, did I lose it? What the heck? Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Where did it go? I literally just had it. Okay, got it. What is a Fair Trade Commission? Okay, hold on, let me get that. Okay, so basically, the Fair Trade Commission, well, in Korea, it's a ministerial level central administrative organization under the authority of the prime minister and also functions as a quasi-judicial body. So basically, it formulates and administers competition policies and decides and handles antitrust cases. So basically, when it comes to like the contracts and things like that, like they kind of make sure that basically everything is good. If that makes any sense. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at explaining things. But yeah. So yeah, so basically, they work to prevent fraudulent and deceptive and unfair business practices. So, so yeah. Um, all right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start reading. I'm basically gonna read what the I am. I'm like reading and then I stop and then I think. Listen, I'm trying to drink my coffee. I'm trying to like get going. Okay. So basically, on June 5th, EXO's Baekhyun, Xiumin, and Chen's legal representative of the law firm, Lin, announced that they filed a complaint to the Fair Trade Commission on June 4th against SM Entertainment for abuse of superior bargaining position. The main points of the complaint are as follows. Number one, despite the Fair Trade Commission's resolution of banning SM's unfair contracts twice in 2007 and 2011, SM did not rectify the contracts. So basically, SM has gotten complaints twice. So the Fair Trade Commission, they basically like banned SM's like the contracts, like the lengthy contracts and stuff. Yeah, they're unfair contracts, not once, but twice, in 2007 and in 2011. Number two, calculating the exclusive contract period from the entertainment industry debut date instead of from the date the exclusive contract was signed leads to an excessively long contract period, the period which is determined by the agency's discretion and has already been confirmed to be unjust, but SM is still not following the Fair Trade Commission's corrective measures. So SM, they're still doing the same thing, even though they're not allowed to do that. Those crazy contracts. Number three, Through the Fair Trade Commission's 2007 resolution, SM already received the judgment that the contract period of 5 years from the debut date instead of the contract signing date is excessively long-term, but SM actually signed even more unjust contracts by deciding periods of 7 years in the exclusive contract and 3 years in the annex agreement. Number 4. SM is violating the Fair Trade Commission's correction order by continuing to use the expedient of an indiscriminate... Oh my goodness. I can't even read today. I'm sorry, guys. Indiscriminately extended contract period for reasons such as overseas activities that are not even confirmed at the time of the contract signing. Number 5, subsequent exclusive contracts that are automatically extended until the album release numbers are fulfilled are extremely unfair as a minimum time period has not been set. Number 6, we filed a complaint with the Fair Trade Commission with the hope that our small courage will be of help for the establishment of a fair popular culture industry and for the sake of junior artists. So basically, SM, they have these contracts that's like the contract will extend and whatnot if they do overseas activities and stuff, and also like their albums. So I think that is why, which we talked about this in the last live stream, why probably aespa's aespa only has like one comeback a year and stuff. So, and there's no limit. So SM could be like, you're going to release one album every 3 years. And guess what? That's going to keep you in SM, like in this contract for longer. Like your contract is going to keep, lengthening. Okay. Anyway, yeah, which that's not fair and that's not right. And every time I read things like this, like what SM is doing, I'm just wondering, are there any other companies that are doing this, or is it only SM that has been getting away with it because they are a big company? That's kind of been my question about these things. But yeah, so SM, they also released a new statement sharing their decision on the matter. So the statement goes, hello, this is SM Entertainment regarding the recent request to provide copies of settlement reports from Baekhyun, Jongdae, Minsuk, hereafter referred as the 3 artists. We would like to inform you of the decision we made after careful consideration. Number 1, settlement reports are confidential information that cannot be disclosed to third parties. In the case of a group, special attention is required as they contain information about other members as well. Settlement reports may include various information such as each artist's specific activity details, settlement rate and method, down payment, etc. This is confidential information of our agency that should not be exposed to third parties such as competitors. In addition, in the case of a group composed of several members, provision of settlement reports is only possible when there is trust in non-disclosure, as information of other members may be exposed. In the first place, our agency has been steadily providing our artists with opportunities to view settlement details. In fact, there have been artists who have questions or opinions about their settlement details or have asked for additional explanation, and we have fully explained each time. So in this case, I understand, you know, I'm looking at it from like a normal job. Like you don't want, or at least I know employers don't want to be like posting online how much they pay their, you know, employees and all the stuff that their employees are doing and whatnot. Like I get it. So from a company's perspective, like I understand, but according to this, SM has said that they have shown them these settlements, right? Their settlement details and stuff and their reports, but CBX says absolutely not. So it's kind of like one of those he said, she said. It's like, who do you trust in this situation? Because SM is saying, yes, we did. CBX is saying, no, they didn't. So moving on. Number 2, Claims of the 3 artists' legal representative. They remain silent on our request for confidentiality agreement, such as whether there is no involvement of any third party, and only repeat the request of copies of settlement reports. They made it official that there is no third party involvement, only to the media and not to us. Excuse me. So basically, SM is saying that they want CBX's legal representative to tell them personally that there is no third party involved. But they're mad because their legal representative released it to the media that they're not working with a third party. But SM is like, okay, you're telling the media this, but tell this to us in person, like to us privately, I guess. But I mean, you know, that information is already out there. So if their legal representative is saying that they're not working with a third party, then I guess SM has to take it by, you know, has to take their word, but they're mad because they didn't tell it. They didn't tell them directly instead. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of SM not treating their artists properly. Also, to all of the EXO-Ls who are huge fans of all of the EXO members except for Chen and Chanyeol. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Yes. Listen, EXO-Ls are people that support all the members, okay? If there's someone that calls themselves an EXO-L and they don't support Chen and Chanyeol, they're not EXO-Ls. Not in my book. But yeah. And the more I read into this, like, the more I also wonder, not only is this happening in other companies, but I keep repeating the same question. Is it happening to any other artist within SM? If this is happening to, you know, like, members that they're not rookies, are they considered seniors, I guess? I don't know. Like, I consider TVXQ and Super Junior like seniors, but the fact that this is happening to CBX, what about their trainees? What about their rookies? Like, are their contracts fair? Anyway, I do like that CBX in their statement, they did kind of touch up on that about when they like signed their contract and what SM told them and stuff, which we'll get to that after this. So okay, moving on with SM's statement. Under the circumstances where third-party involvement is being reported to us through various channels, our company is concerned that there is another negative intention of the 3 artists' legal representative and their request to be provided copies while mentioning the termination of contracts, although they have the opportunity to visit us at any time to review the settlement reports and present their opinions. Due to these concerns, when we received the request to provide copies from the 3 artists, we repeatedly asked the representative of the 3 artists for confirmation on aspects such as whether the 3 artists have signed a dual contract with a third party that may breach our exclusive contract, and whether they represent the 3 artists only. It is also true that the representative of the 3 artists has consistently remained silent to our request. So right now, in the statement, they're kind of attacking their CBX's legal representative. So recently, the representative of the 3 artists has made it clear to the press and not to our agency that there is no third-party involvement in the actions of the 3 artists, or that the request to provide copies of settlement reports is only a legitimate right of the 3 artists. Internally, many are voicing concerns about whether the representative of the 3 artists can be trusted and whether there is no third-party involvement, despite numerous disapproving tip-offs and circumstances. So I find it funny that SM actually said that. The fact that they said... internally, many are voicing concerns about whether the representative of the 3 artists can be trusted and whether there is no third-party involvement despite numerous tip-offs and circumstances. So SM is, apparently they're getting, like, people are telling them, like, hey, CBX, this and that. So I guess it's fair to say that SM is hearing, they're getting information from external forces, which that's what they kept saying, like CBX, they're being influenced by external forces. So I guess you could say that SM is also being influenced by external forces to think that their legal representative has like ulterior motives or something. I don't know. What if YG does the same thing to my fave group of all time, Blackpink? But again, I just hope they will all renew their contracts. That is what I've been thinking too. Because, I mean, like, their comebacks are so, you know, like they have one comeback every other year. And it's like, why? So I'm also wondering, what is YG's contract with Blackpink? How does that look like? And I just want the best for them. Like, I want the best for Blackpink. Like, if the members want to stay in YG because they're being treated right, then stay. But if they find an opportunity for all of them to go to like another company that will treat them right, like, I trust the members. But yeah, I also question what YG is doing. Yeah. All right, number 3, the agency's decision for EXO. We have decided to provide copies of the settlement reports with the consent and understanding of EXO members on the premise that the 3 artists and legal representative do not use them for unjust purposes. We will do our best to not interfere with EXO's activities. See, so now like the other members are also included in this. I love that they say EXO members and then they say the 3 artists. All right. After deliberation on the premise that we receive confirmation that the 3 artists and their legal representative will not use the reports for any other unjust purposes than to check the settlement details, the agency has decided to provide copies of the settlement reports to the 3 artists. Furthermore, we have explained this situation to the EXO members besides the 3 artists. And we asked for their consent and understanding regarding the provision of copies of settlement reports. Through these measures, the agency hopes that we can convey our sincere feelings of loving and cherishing all of the EXO members as well as the fans who treasure EXO. It's funny how they say loving and cherishing all the EXO members. SM, where were you when there were protest trucks about Chanyeol or Chen? Where were you, SM? If you love and cherish all your EXO members, what happened to that? YG also has its own subsidiary company, the Black Label. I wonder if artists like Xiumin and Taeyang are being treated right. I'm wondering that as well. Yeah, because Taeyang, he left YG and he went to the Black Label, and I think he's really happy there. So I mean, I don't know. And but Somi hasn't had a comeback in a while, but she is having a comeback soon. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that the Black Label is better. I'm really happy for Taeyang, and I'm happy that Somi's going to have her comeback. Is EXO going to come back soon? We don't know. We do not know. Apparently, CBX, they're going to continue, or at least try to continue their activities with EXO and whatnot. I have no idea. But I mean, they did say that no matter what happens legally, CBX are still part of EXO. I'm hoping, the thing is, like, I want to come back, but I don't want to come back if CBX is fighting SM, because that's just stressful. I just want all this to be resolved. I want EXO to be treated right. I want CBX to thrive and be treated right as well, you know. And I also, I mean, I want them to have a comeback, but I don't want them to have a comeback while all this is going on. Seriously, they did nothing to protect them. So ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, and SM says love, what did they say? Feelings of loving and cherishing all the EXO members. Very bold to say that. Imagine CBX and JYJ working together. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If they would, the K-pop industry better watch out because they will take the world by storm. Oh my gosh. CBX and JYJ. Wow. That would be so powerful. Can you imagine them like walking like on stage, like strutting like models with the wind in their hair, like, hello, we're back. SM's nightmare. That would be SM's nightmare. Oh man, imagine if they show up at Mama's. Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. Okay, all right, I'm gonna finish up SM's statement. I'm just now imagining CBX and JYJ like having this huge like performance and like a big award show. This is also reminding me of FX not getting more and more comebacks, and look what happened to them. Yep, I know. I'm worried. I'm worried with how big this case is getting. If CBX lose either legally or in the court of public opinion, then this might make other SM artists who feel the same way more afraid to speak up. Yeah, I agree. I think right now, I'm pretty sure there are other artists that they are not speaking up. Because, I mean, SM has a track record. I mean, you see what happened with JYJ. You see what happened with also their, with Suju, and EXO. Like, you see what happened to the people that left the company and what SM has done. And it's like, do they really want to risk their career because SM has such a hold in the industry? Which I'm hoping that that's not the case anymore. I'm hoping that if somebody leaves SM, they're still able to promote on TV and perform at award shows and all that stuff, But I'm still wondering if Lay left EXO since he left SM. No, Lay is still part of EXO. He has said it. They have all said it. Lay is still EXO. EXO is still 9. So don't worry about that. Yeah. All right. Finishing up SM's statement. Regarding the question raised by the 3 artists, various reports are rising regarding the agency, but we are not refuting them in detail one by one. However, we want to make clear that contracts are not terminated through unilateral notification with insufficient evidence. In addition, apart from holding those who are giving wrong advice to the third party or the 3 artists legally and morally accountable, we will continue to do our best to come to a mutual agreement with the 3 artists we cherish. We will do our best not to impede on EXO's activities, which fans are anticipating. A thank you. We will do our best not to impede on EXO's activities? SM? Okay. All right. Well, that was SM's statement. And then CBX, they shared a detailed statement refuting SM's latest claims. Now, their statement is quite lengthy, but they do have some really good details in there. And yeah, I mean, I think SM is literally trying to save their butts, but somebody actually called them out because I mean, the fact that this whole thing was reported to like the Fair Trade Commission thing, like in 2007 and in 2011 or something, and SM still hasn't changed. Like, their contracts are still horrible. You know what? I agree with you. I feel like SHINee is the only group SM treats better than other artists. I mean, I kind of agree with that, but I do know that SHINee was overworked, and yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Listen, I just want them to be treated right. Not just shiny Red Velvet too. Oh yeah, Red Velvet. I don't know. I feel like on the surface it looks like, you know what, they're doing good, but then when you really get into like um you know how much they've worked and stuff, it's like give these people a vacation. But yeah, I mean, I am on the bright side. Shiny is having a comeback, and I am so looking forward to it. And I know that Red Velvet has been having their concerts, and I've heard really good things about it. Um, I mean, I'm happy for them. I'm scared for EXO. Uh, yeah, so this whole situation, we just got to see what happens. Um, like I said in my, hold on a second. I think SM has mistreated their artists. It's so sad. Yeah, I do believe that. As much as I want to hope that these groups and artists are treated well, but it's just the contracts scare me. Shining is having a concert really soon too. I know, I heard about that. Is it gonna be online too? I wonder if it's gonna be online. Um, but yeah, like I want to believe that this situation is only CBX. Like I want to believe that they're the only ones having these contract issues, even though it's happened to like almost every group. Well, not every group, but it's happened to like a lot of SM groups in the past. So I'm just hoping that this is only like a CBX thing. But seeing SM's track record, I don't think it is. I think it's because shows have shown SM they're serious when it comes to legal matters and making sure the boys are treated well. I mean, the fandom was able to move their fan meeting to an arena. I saw that too. Yeah. Yes, on the 25th. Oh, awesome. I might go to twice this weekend in LA at SoFi Stadium, but I don't know if it's confirmed yet. Oh my gosh, Anthony, if you get the chance to see Twice, go see Twice. Go see Twice. Oh my gosh. If you go see Twice, I'm so happy for you. But yeah, I do agree. I think Shiny is, I think everyone loves Shiny. And I think, yeah, they're, not only Shawls, but, I think just people, the general public are very protective of Shiny. So, I mean, Shiny's a very special group. But I mean, I think every group deserves to be respected. I mean, these crazy contracts that SM has and how they keep trying to find these loopholes and they're able to get away with it is just wild to me. And the fact that CBX, I mean, it takes guts to go up against a huge company like SM. I mean, if it was a rookie or a trainee that had to sign a ridiculous contract, they wouldn't be able to speak up for themselves because essentially they would be ruining their career because SM could instantly like make sure that they don't have a career, you know? But I mean, the NCT situation is so worrying too. With the way the group is set up, I'm sure there are multiple contract lengths, and if they're in subgroups, do they have to sign in contracts for that? Yeah, and also apparently the contracts change if they're gonna be promoting internationally too, which CBX they mentioned in their statement, which we're gonna read now. The contracts are different for members that promote like in Korea versus internationally and stuff. And it's like it's crazy. Like you could have one member have a contract for like 5 years and another member have a contract for 10 years. And it's pretty wild. I mean, it's just like, imagine being in a job and you're forced to be in that job for like over 10 years. Like, I would understand if, like, the contracts, like, are up every, 3 years, every 4 years, okay. but like you have no choice but to stick it out for like 10 years, or like give people freedom. Fingers crossed that the same situation does not happen to other EXO subunit, Sehun and Chanyeol. I know. I don't want this to I hope that this isn't happening to any other EXO members or any other SM artist. I really hope that it's just an isolated situation. But again, seeing SM's track record, it makes me hard to believe that this situation is only in CBX. I think there are other artists that are going through this. Also, Super M and Got the Beat does the SM count these projects, supergroups in the expected number of albums. Oh, part of the contract. Everything is just so messy. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, Super M and Got the Beat. Yeah, if their contracts are different, yeah. I didn't think about that. I mean, that would explain why, like, Super M, let's be honest, I don't think anything's gonna happen with Super M at this moment. And Got the Beat. That is so true. And I wonder if that's how, you know what, never mind. I wonder if that's how they get, like, those members to stay longer, to have longer contracts. Like, yeah, okay. Wonder how Yuno and Changmin feel about EXO right now. Yes, I've been wondering that. I also wonder, man, this is just me being nosy. I wonder how their contracts look too. Like, I'm just wondering. Also, Super Junior, because they have their sub label. Like, I sound really nosy right now, but I want to know how their contracts look like. Like, are their contracts different? Do they have the flexibility to, like, you know, I don't know. Are their contracts based off of the amount of albums that they got to release? Because TVXQ hasn't had a Korean comeback in a while. But if SM are holding a Super M album over Baekhyun's head, this does make sense, sadly. Ugh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. But that just... This is probably giving Yuno and Changmin war flashbacks right now. Oh, my gosh, yeah. They probably hoped their situation would be the last, and they haven't gotten a Korean comeback since 2018. 2018! 2018 was their last Korean comeback. Oh, my gosh. Like... Andy, I think you're really onto something, because the fact that now I'm thinking, I thought their last comeback was probably like in 2020, but no, 2018. You all, I'm starting to piece the puzzle together. It makes sense. Like, if by contract, the whole album situation thing, then that would explain why some of these groups haven't had a comeback in a really long time. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I really want to see their contracts. Oh, okay. I'm also worried what would happen to Girls' Generation and SM in the future as they all get older. Honestly, I think Girls' Generation are good. Like, I think the fact that even though some of the members are in other companies, but they all still got together and they were able to arrange within the companies. So I think if the majority of Girls' Generation, or even like if the members go to another company or something, I think they will all still get together regardless of the company. I think their bond is solid, that it doesn't matter what company the girls end up going to. Like, they could all leave SM and they could, you know, get together and have a comeback. I need Baekhyun to come to California for a concert. I need Baekhyun's world tour. Like, I need to see that man live. TVXQ had a Japanese comeback a couple months ago. I know. But I think when it comes to Japanese music and comebacks, I think that's a different, I think that is like a different contract, because I know at least music-wise, copyright and promoting Japanese music is different than like Korean releases. So that I do know. So I have a feeling that the contract for Japanese comebacks is different. And also they promote through AVIX, right? So they work with them. So I think that's kind of different. They've had solo comebacks, but not a group one. And this being TVXQ's 20th anniversary year, us Cassies are expecting a bare minimum. Oh my gosh, yes, it was. Wasn't it your the anniversary during SM's concert or something? It was like on the 26th of December, right? I remember they were supposed to have their anniversary thing, and people were mad because SM was having their like concert thing. And I do know that Changmin and Yuno had their solo music because I bought their albums, because I love Yuno and Changmin. Their solo stuff is so good. I have their albums somewhere behind me. But yeah, like I've been wanting them to have a Korean comeback. And I want them to promote like full on. Super Junior have recently announced a group fan meet and D&E fan con in the Philippines, but both events don't have the label SJ logo on the poster, so fans are, like me, are also nosy. I saw that on Twitter. I'm very happy for the D&E fan con, but yeah, I saw that label SJ is not there. And also, yeah, I don't know, you all, like, are we seeing the bigger picture? Like, what is going on? FX has not had a comeback since 2016. Oh my gosh, yeah. And SM just left them out of the dungeon, giving them no more comebacks, and now they're all in different companies. Yeah, I know. That was a very sad thing that SM did. Like, they were literally just ignoring them and focused on the next shiny thing, like the next, whatever newest group. Like 2016 was when NCT debuted, so all we need to keep fighting till the end. EXO CBX and Lay, we will support you all. Yes. December 26, 2003 was TVXQ's debut date. Aww, I love that. Oh, the day right after Christmas. Oh, I hope EXO doesn't have like TVXQ. Yeah. I'm hoping that times have changed, and I'm hoping that the industry has changed. So even if CBX will not be part of SM anymore and they are free of SM, I hope that they will still be able to promote on TV. They won't get blacklisted. I hope that they're able to just be free to go to whatever company that they want, promote along with the other EXO members. Whether if the members decide to stay in SM or they all leave SM, I just hope that they're still able to have a comeback, promote together. That's what I really want. I just want what's best for them. I want them to live their good life. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So let's read CBX's statement refuting SM's latest claims. All right. So their legal representative released a detailed statement to refute the agency's latest claims. All right. So it goes... This is lawyer Lee Jae-hak of the law firm Lin, representing EXO members Baekhyun, Xiumin, and Chen. On behalf of our client, we filed a complaint to the Fair Trade Commission on June 4th, 2023. against SM Entertainment for abuse of superior bargaining position. Regarding this, SM shared an official press release on June 5th. TVXQ's last album as 5 was back in 2010, and afterwards I was waiting 5-member reunion. I know. But see, the thing is that with SM, when JYJ left, SM, like, I'm really bad at sound effects. Like, they closed the door. Like, SM really, like, drew a line on that. But yeah, with Girls' Generation, the other members that are no longer in SM, they were able to, have a comeback. So I'm hoping, again, times have changed. But yeah, it's also reminding me of YG disbanding 21 back in 2016 due to hiatus and Park Bom's allegations. But at least they performed at Coachella last year. Oh my gosh, their performance in Coachella was the best. And yes, that whole thing that YG did with 21, it gets me mad. It gets me really mad. That's why, like, my trust in... I really don't trust YG, to be honest. Ugh. Okay. Alrighty. So, with regards to this, we will refute each claim case by case. In addition, the members would like to tell fans in detail about what has been happening. Alright. Number 1. As former EXO member, Tao is the case of a Chinese trainee. It was a different situation from the start. So it is not valid to claim that the previous judgment by the FTC, the Fair Trade Commission, the corrective orders issued twice against SM and our report are incorrect because of that case. Citing the court ruling regarding Tao, SM is claiming that the terms of their artist contracts were already recognized as fair in 2018. However, this is different from the truth. First, as Tao is Chinese, he was a trainee who was expected to promote overseas ever since he signed his exclusive contract. Unlike this, Baekhyun, Xiumin, and Chen are all Korean, so when they signed their exclusive contracts, they were trainees whose overseas promotions were not decided. However, at the time of the exclusive contract signing for these 3 artists whose overseas promotions were not yet decided, SM indiscriminately made them sign an annex agreement that extended the exclusive contract period by 3 years on the grounds of overseas expansion. That is wild. So basically, this happened without them 3 knowing whether they would have overseas promotion or not. Especially in the case of Baekhyun, after the above exclusive contract, he was assigned as a member of EXO K. K being an abbreviation for Korea, because they have EXO M, EXO K. And promoted in EXO's domestic unit in Korea. So it's unfair that he was forced to sign an annex agreement for a 3-year extension because of overseas promotion. Also, in the case of Xiumin and Chen, their Korean and overseas promotion were not decided at the time of their exclusive contract signing. But the annex agreements for a 3-year extension were first completed indiscriminately, and they were assigned to promote in China after signing the exclusive contract. So the unfair act of first extending a contract by 3 years for trainees whose overseas promotions have not even been decided still exists. That is wild. And I'm wondering if that's what's happening with NCT. I'm wondering if maybe that's why SM wants a lot of foreign members in NCT so they could just keep extending their contracts. I mean, can you imagine Ten's contract? Oof. All right. As already pointed out, on January 13th, 2011, SM was ordered to take corrective action according to the FTC, resulting resolution number 2011-02, while signing exclusive contracts with trainees aspiring to be celebrities. The examinee, SM, used their trading position and indiscriminately applied an extended contract period to all trainees without considering the individual circumstances of each trainee, stating overseas expansion as a reason even when that was not confirmed at the time of signing, and must not repeat the act of disadvantaging the trainees, who are the counterparties of the trade. All right. Despite that, SM is indiscriminately extending the 3-year exclusive period through NX agreements. It is clear that this is an illegal act that directly opposes the corrective order of the FTC. While making the exclusive contract start from the debut date, SM is signing exclusive contracts ahead of time with trainees, but when it is not decided when one will debut, what kind of group they will promote as, or whether they will promote overseas at the time of signing, it is not allowed to indiscriminately extend contracts for 3 years through an NX agreement. Our artists figure that even now, when SM signs contracts with trainees, they are indiscriminately using NX agreements to add 3 years to contracts on the grounds of overseas promotions. As this fails to comply with the corrective measures of Article 49, Paragraph 1 under Article 125, Paragraph 1 of the Monopoly Regulation and Fair Trade Act, this is a criminal act that must receive a punishment of imprisonment for up to 2 years or a fine of up to 150 million won, approximately $115,000. So basically, they're still doing this with trainees. So they make trainees sign these contracts without them knowing whether they're going to promote overseas, without, like, even before they know whether they're going to debut or not. They have trainees signing contracts with this thing that they have to extend the contract because they might promote overseas or something. That is crazy. These poor trainees. Which, that reminds me, Johnny was a trainee for 9 years? Man. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this. But I'm just, it's just so sad. That they have these, young people signing contracts without them even knowing what their future holds. Is this also going to happen to aespa? I have no idea. I did a school presentation about TVXQ lawsuit and took me 10 minutes to explain what happened. Whew. Props to you for explaining it in 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, it would probably take me 2 hours. Wow. But yeah, I think I have a feeling, I don't know about aespa's contract. I really don't know. All right, number 2. Unlike SM's press release, our lawyer and artists have yet to receive settlement reports. So once again, SM is saying they sent them they gave them the settlement reports. CBX's team is saying, no, they didn't. They didn't give us anything. They haven't received the settlement reports. Again, he said, she said. All right. Today, June 5th at 8 a.m., SM shared a press release stating that they will provide copies of settlement reports, and in accordance, our legal representative shared the artist-signed copy of a confidentiality agreement to SM. However, even by the current time of 6 p.m. Today, when work hours are over, SM has not provided any settlement reports, stating the settlement reports are not ready yet. So we're getting 2 different answers here. My teacher was just sitting down and was eating Korean popcorn. That's the best. Your teacher was probably like, please do tell more. Number 3, to EXO's fans who are likely spending their days nervously due to our worrying and not happy news, Baekhyun, Xiumin, and Chen want to explain past situations in detail. Number 3, a consistent appeasement and atmosphere setting. We, who signed exclusive contracts with SM in June 2010 and May 2011, respectively, received contract renewals from SM around December of last year, a year before our 12th and 13th years, extending our existing contracts by 5 years for a total of 17 to 18 years. Listen, there is nothing wrong with staying in a company for 17, 18 years. That's amazing. But it's great if you yourself decided to stay in that company for that long. It would suck if you were forced to stay in that company for all those years because of a contract. So, I like to think that TVXQ and Super Junior, they stayed in SM. Well, Super Junior has their own sub-label, but I like to think that they're still under SM because they themselves chose to stay there, not because they are forced to because of a ridiculously long contract. It is extremely long. So I'm hoping that, you know, Boa, TVXQ, Suju, I'm hoping that they are in the company because they want to be, because they're being treated right. I mean, Suju has their own sub-label, so that's probably a different story. But yeah, again, nothing wrong with staying in a company for 17 to 18 years if you yourself want to stay in that company for that long. Our members appointed a lawyer for review in the process of contract renewals, and at that time too, the contract was unjust, so we requested coordination 8 times, but SM did not accept. We only saw SM's firm determination to not change anything in the contract. Ultimately, barely anything we requested was reflected in the contract. Although we thought it was unfair, the reason we had no choice but to seal the contract was because there was consistent appeasement and the creation of an atmosphere that was hard to turn down. We've been told that if an individual does not renew their contract, the remaining members or the entire team would be at a disadvantage. Can you believe SM literally, SM? At the time, SM said that they wished everyone was in agreement regarding agreement regarding the decision of the members' contract renewal, but also said to Baekhyun, you have to sign so that the other members can receive this amount of a contract deposit. Pressuring him and requesting his renewal, as this was before the renewal was activated. They also stated that the contract could be canceled at any time. At the time, Baekhyun was in... Oh my gosh, I forgot to pause. Okay, at the time, Baekhyun was in the middle of his military service. So basically, he was pressured to sign this contract, even though this is not what they wanted. This was not the terms that they wanted in the contract. But they felt pressured because SM is like, you got to do this. Because if not, it would affect the other members. Amidst SM's contradictory, I'm sorry, you all. I don't have enough coffee in my system. Okay, attitude and the contract expirations that differed for each member in order to maintain EXO's smooth promotions, Baekhyun had no choice but to sign the contract renewal with an intimidated and resigned heart, even with a year remaining on his exclusive contract. I'm also wondering about Girls' Generation subunit OGG because they only had one comeback. Oh, that's a good point. If HYBE is going to do this to BTS, then the entire K-pop industry is... Oh my gosh. I hope so much that HYBE, Big Hit, they are treating BTS so right, because I feel like BTS right now is sort of like the standard, and I think companies are looking to HYBE in terms of how they deal with contracts and stuff. So I really hope that they have great contracts. I mean, all the members resigned, so I'm hoping that everything is good, but I hope that they were not pressured like what we're reading here with what happened with Baekhyun. So the fact that Baekhyun only had 1 year left of his contract and SM pressured him to resign. Now, listen to this. Although we requested coordination 8 times for the renewal contract, it was a process where even using the word coordination was embarrassing, and it was a renewal contract that did not reflect the requests at all. Despite that, the only reasons we signed the renewal contract were to stay loyal to our EXO members and to protect EXO. To be honest, it's true that we signed basically giving up on the contents of the contract. What happened when we were helpless was to the point where we thought that the long-running, closed-off group atmosphere unique to SM was similar to gaslighting, which has been filling up the media these days. So Baekhyun had to resign, not wanting to resign, for the members, even though in the contract they didn't respect what he requested. That's an example of peer pressure to Baekhyun. Yes, it is. While he was in the military and while he only had 1 year left of his contract, 1 year left. All right, number 3. Unfair processes that go beyond unfair content. The contract process, and not just the content, were unfair. At the time, despite the contract needing to be delivered right after it was signed, SM took back the contract and it was not delivered to us. After a few days and at our request, the contracts were delivered to us. Furthermore, due to the statement that the contract deposit is paid 1 year after the date of signing, our members have not yet received the full contract deposit. Dang. It's also strange that our contract renewals were rushed and carried out suddenly around a year before the contract renewal period. Listen to this. After completing contracts with us in a flash, various news arose regarding a takeover battle surrounding SM. We couldn't help but question, is that why our contracts with nearly a year left were moved up and signed? SM was scared. I think SM was scared. Damn, and I thought military service went the worst. Oof. Can you imagine, like, dang. I'm going to reread that part again. After completing contracts with us in a flash, various news arose regarding a takeover battle surrounding SM. We couldn't help but question, is that why our contracts with nearly a year left were moved up and signed? That's crazy. Like, SM could have discussed the whole contract thing after he came back from the military or later because they still had a year left of their contract. But SM pressured them. They pressured Baekhyun to, resign. That's crazy. At the same time, we couldn't help but ask ourselves countless times whether signing this questionable contract was really an act to protect EXO and EXO's members. And the conclusion at the end of these questions was, let's try even if just once for the sake of those precious to us. So even though they were questioning, are they doing this contract renewal thing because of the SM takeover thing that's going on, or because they genuinely care about EXO's future? Number 3, no explanations of significant changes in the company. This is where they answered my question. In the situation of the agency being passed on, SM did not give us artists any kind of understanding, comments, or explanations. So they did that so he can't revoke the contract? They should have discussed it before he can go to the military. Yeah. I mean, they could have had... The thing is, the timing of when they wanted to renew the contracts was during the whole who's going to take over SM thing. See, and that's the thing. In this situation of the agency being passed on, SM did not give us artists any kind of understanding, comments, or explanations. As if we were outsiders of the agency, we had to figure out what kind of situation the company was in through news reports. We couldn't help but be dazed. That was my question. During the whole SM, Hype, Kakao, Lee Xiumin situation that was going on, I was wondering, what do the artists think? What do the groups think? What do the actual staff, what is going on? I was wondering, how do these people feel? How do the actual groups and artists in SM feel about this whole takeover thing? But according to this, SM did not give us artists any understanding comments or explanations about it. So they had to find out about the whole situation through the news. Isn't that crazy? Like, you would think that probably SM would sit down, you know, their staff, their employees, or send out a statement saying, listen, this is what's going on, you know. But no, the fact that they found out through the news, we couldn't help but be dazed. That is so wild. So basically they probably found out about the whole thing the same time as we did, like through the news. Wait, when is Sehun's enlistment? I don't know. I don't think they've announced it yet, but it's probably sometime this year. What we felt during the acquisition process was that the agency did not care about us at all. We even had the sad thoughts that we were merely accessories and subjects that had to comply with what the agency said no matter what. I hate to break it. I hate to say it. But you know what? It seems like to SM, they are just accessories. So now I'm also wondering if SM probably made other artists re-sign their contracts too during when the whole acquisition situation was going on as well, because I think they were scared of what would happen and what would happen with the artists and stuff. Like it's so sad. It's so sad, but it makes sense because if Baekhyun still had 1 year left of his contract, SM could have waited for Baekhyun to come back from the military, or like you said, they could have discussed it before he went to the military when it comes to these contracts things. But the fact that they they pressured him to re-sign when he was in the military during the whole acquisition thing. It looks like SM is just looking out for themselves. I'm sorry, but that's kind of what it looks like. Number 3, revenue infringement, which artists have been dealing with for decades. You all, their statement, they're spilling the tea. They talked about the trainees, and they talk about what was going on during the acquisition thing, which that was my biggest question. I was always wondering, what do people think? What do people think about the whole Hybe SM Kakao Lee Xiumin situation thing? For having Kai enlist in the last minute, especially when EXO was preparing for their comeback. I mean, according to SM, or I don't know if it was SM, but from what I read, he did extend, like when he had to go to the military or something. Yeah. Okay. Revenue infringement, which artists have been dealing with for decades. Elf Twitter was freaking out because Heechul announced he didn't re-sign, then ended up signing again after like a week, month, I can't remember. I wonder if mess had something to do with it. I wonder too. I remember that. I remember Heechul was thinking about like re-signing or not and whatnot. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe this whole, SM's whole situation could have affected. I have no idea. But then again, I don't know how their contracts or their dynamic under label SJ is, because I like to think that label SJ is just, they could control, what they do. They could, do their contracts how they want it to be. And I don't know. Or is label SJ literally just like SM, and SM is the one that deals with the contracts? I'm hoping that it's label SJ. I'm hoping that the members get to, change up the contract and put what they want, right? And they do things on their terms rather than the company's terms. That's what I'm hoping. But I don't really know for sure. All right. So continuing on with their statement. SM better not screw up aespa or other groups. I know. Oh, they already screwed up FX. I know. Yeah. And the fact that aespa's comeback was supposed to be sooner, but then the whole like SM situation was going on that they had to like delay their comeback, right? And then they had to like change it or something. I don't know. Okay. When issues such as like planning were noisily filling the media, it was described as if only the interests of SM as a company and its shareholders had been infringed upon for a long time, but nobody paid attention to the fact that the interests of us artists and staff who carry out profitable activities with SM were also greatly infringed. So see, this whole situation thing, it not only affects the artists, but the staff. You know, the staff also get the short end of the stick too. Like they have to deal with these things. And it's so sad. We can easily make a guess that over the past 12, 13 years of the revenue written on our statement of accounts, a significant amount of profits were taken out in unreasonable and incomprehensible ways, whether under the guise of producer fees, royalties, or whatever other reason. I kind of believe that statement. I feel bad for Kai, who might not be getting constant updates because of his military service right now. He must be so anxious. I think he is aware. Obviously, I think he knows what's going on. Like this has been all over the news. So I'm pretty sure he is aware of that, but I don't know if he knows the details in terms of, I don't know if he's in contact with the members. Probably not. So, I mean, unless the members have like talked about this, like in case this happens, like worst case scenario or something, you know, I don't know. But I do know that I'm pretty sure Kai is aware of the news and is aware of what CBX is doing and SM, but I don't know if he keeps in contact with the members. He got his phone back. Oh, so if he has his phone, then yeah, he's probably in contact with the members. Then they're all probably really informed. Then they all know what's going on. So he knows what is happening for sure. Okay. All right, so there's that. I'm pretty sure they I'm pretty sure like the members they got a plan. I trust them. I trust Suho. I think they're just letting CBX do what they got to do. And yeah, EXO's hiatus is way longer than SHINee's. I mean, I believe that because they have 9 members. I mean, how long Suju's hiatus? When Suju was in the military, it was for a while, but the members were still promoting while the other members were in the military. So, but yeah, but EXO has only had 2 comebacks since the members first started going to the military. So they had Obsession and then Don't Fight the Feeling. The only 2 comebacks when members are in the military. Yeah. All right. Before SM states, from now on, there won't be situations like that of the past, we think there must be a process where they clearly recognize that the past was really like and explain to us artists, fans, the public, and shareholders. We believe that from there, a new start will be possible. Yeah, that's true. That is true. When the company was in a state of disorder, it was their artists who were even more disorderly. While everyone had doubts, it was us who could not step forward. Dang. So, like, if you think we're confused, they were probably even more confused. Man, that is just so sad. Like, you would think the artists would be the first people to know what is going on in the company. You would think that like the company would tell them like, hey, this is like a whole acquisition deal that's going on. Hey, this is how your contracts are. Like, this is what's really happening, blah, blah, blah. But no, they find out through the news. That is so sad. That is really sad. Like, SM SM's communication department. Come on, guys. Yeah, but reading this is just really sad. Oh, sorry about that. All right, number 3. 7 requests to share settlement reports. We never imagined that getting settlement reports from our agency would be this difficult. I mean, jeez. I mean, all this, yeah, settlement reports. Settlement reports. And all this has happened. Like, all they wanted was their settlement reports. All right. Receiving settlement reports is a basic right of artists. Despite being with them for over 10 years and working diligently, can we not even enjoy this kind of basic right? Question mark. We were so disappointed and our doubts grew even greater. So if this was true that SM did not allow them to see their settlement reports, why? What is SM hiding? What is it that they don't want them to see? But then again, according to SM, they are allowed to see their settlement reports. So according to SM, they do have access to it and they can see it, and any questions that they have, they could just ask SM. So I'm not there, so I can't say CBX is lying, SM is lying. I'm not there. I don't know. I'm trying to be neutral in this. Keyword is trying, but right now it doesn't look good on SM right now. We didn't know that the agency would deem getting help from an accountant or a lawyer and looking over the numbers as something so wrong in their statement. That's true. Like, SM seems really mad that they do have a lawyer and an accountant. Like, they have a lawyer wanting to look at their settlement reports. If CBX leaves EXOLs will be more heartbroken than the Casio. Oh my gosh. I believe that, but I don't think CBX will leave EXO. Like, they mentioned this in their previous statement that regardless of what happens with CBX and SM legally, CBX is still with EXO. Like, they're still one. So yeah, it doesn't matter if CBX stays in SM, they leave SM, doesn't matter. They're still EXO, just like Lay. Lay is no longer part of SM, but he is still part of EXO. If Chen, my cutie bias, I love how you say cutie bias. Yes. Leaves EXO, I'm literally going to cry. Aww. And if Baekhyun leaves too, then it's not going to be the same. If Dio is the only main vocalist, EXO is not EXO without all 3 talented vocalists. I agree, Anthony, but I don't think any of them will leave EXO. Even if SM will try, like, if they're not part of SM and SM says, hey, they're not part of EXO, the members themselves, they still said it. They're still part of EXO. So regardless whether SM likes it or not, they're still EXO. I don't think Chen will leave EXO. Considering everything that he's been through, no way. I think their bond as a group is very strong. So I don't think the members are going to be leaving EXO. Leaving SM? Maybe. EXO? No. They saw it, but they didn't provide a copy. Yeah. Which is also there, right? Nothing in law says otherwise. Yeah. I wonder how Kangta and Boa feel. They're directors in the company, but they're also SM artists at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. And Kangta with HOT, like, that was something. So like I agree. I'm curious about that. Yeah. I mean, Boa, she debuted when she was 13. They've given their lives to SM. So if CBX leaves, then I feel like the remaining members will do a subunit. Like, yeah, OGG. I don't want that to happen though. Like, I just want this to be resolved. And look, if EXO has another subunit, like, I'm fine with that. Like, I love EXO. You know, you could put whichever members together. I'll still listen to it, but I mean CBX is still EXO. So again, even if SM tries to kick him out or say they're not part of EXO officially, they still are. Just like Lay. Like Lay is still part of EXO. All right. Where am I? Okay. Nobody resolved this for us, although we are afraid we've mustered up the courage to take one step forward out of our desire to learn the truth. As it clearly states, provision of data in the contract, how are we supposed to understand the shamelessness that claims this only means right to read? Did SM really think that the FTC and court would accept their poor argument that the provision of data in the contract was merely the right to read? EXO is not EXO without CBX. That is true. That's true. We believe that at the minimum, settlement reports should not be confidential to us, who are the parties involved. All the experts... Wait. Should not be confidential. Okay. All the experts we consulted unanimously said that provide and right to read have clear differences. Yes. Only a few media and YouTubers who are close with SM agree with the claim that it's merely a right to read. Are they claiming that the FTC and judicial authorities will accept SM's narrow-minded claim that it's only a right to read? They got a point. So SM is like, nope, you were allowed to see the settlement reports, but right to read is very different than provide. So yep. Miriam, you are right. They didn't provide a copy. So yeah. All right. Number 3, a word to EXO's fans. If someone has been taking advantage of the memories, love, youth, efforts, and passion shared between the members and fans over the past 11 years, we believe that must be corrected. More than anyone else, we hope they were fair, but if they were not, we believe it needs to be fixed. In the SM community, if the SM community is forcing artists to tolerate the injustices of the past, we think we need to speak out against that coercion. More than anything, we value our EXO members. Half our lives have been spent sharing joys and sorrows with our members. We would never betray these members and will prioritize EXO in any situation. We will leave it up to the public and our precious fans to decide whether us having the courage to speak up about our rights is an act that betrays our EXO members. Above all, we are not afraid of anything as long as we have our fans. So that is the end of their statement, and I think they ended it very powerfully. Love Shot is playing in my Apple playlist right now. I'm crying. Oh! I wish I could play music in the background. Like right now, I would be playing CBX, but because of YouTube copyright, I probably cannot play copyrighted music during a live stream. So I think, EXO, obviously, they're a very tight, strong group. And props to CBX for standing up to SM. SM is just the absolute worst. I still can't unsee the horrific TVXQ contract. Yeah. That's why now I'm curious about their current contract, Yuno and Changmin. I want to believe that they are still under SM because they themselves want to, and because they have a say in their contract. Like they are able to make good negotiations with the company. SM is notorious for having tax evasion problems. Oh, that company is definitely shuffling numbers around if they can't provide their main artist a simple settlement statement. Time will tell. I've been dreaming about Dio and Chanyeol having their subunit because they are the best duo. Oh my gosh, Brian. Dio and Chanyeol subunit? I would love to see that. I want to see that. Um my top 3 favorite EXO songs are Call Me Baby. Hey, I love Call Me Baby. Ko Bop, The Eve. Oh my gosh. Your picks, Anthony, are amazing. Yes. But I will never forget Growl because that song was my childhood. Oh, Growl is forever iconic. Growl is forever iconic. EXO needs to make their own label like Suju. I would love that. I would love to see EXO do a sub label like Suju and allow CBX to be part of that. And that the members have a say in what to do. And I hope that, I mean, ideally, if EXO could have their own sub label and their own team that focuses on just them, that would be fantastic. But seeing how CBX is just really holding SM accountable, I don't know. Imagine asking your employer to see payment records and they get offended, right? Like I'm looking at it from like a regular work perspective. I mean, SM is scared that there's a third party involved, so they don't want that settlement, report statement to be seen by third parties. So they're saying, you have to let us know if there's a third party involved and this and that. And like, I understand you don't want that information to go out to the public, to like third parties, but at the same time, dude, provide it to your own employees, like your artists. SM started going downhill after their main music producer, Youngjin, left, and the whole hype takeover situation, and the fact that Lee Sumin's nephew betrayed him. Listen, when that whole thing was going on, it was while Reborn Rich was airing, like the nephew, like Lee Sumin and like his nephew, and they're like going back and forth. I was thinking about Reborn Rich and I was watching, I haven't finished Reborn Rich. I need to finish watching that show, but it kind of reminded me of like the whole Reborn Rich situation. That literally the whole SM acquisition hype Lee Sumin thing. Listen, that sounds straight like a K-drama. Like somebody should just write a K-drama with that. I could imagine EXO left SM and goes to Hybe. Brian, if EXO leaves SM and goes to Hybe, it is over. It is over for probably the industry. Like, I think that would be like, they would definitely like tip the scales. Like, oh my gosh, imagine BTS and EXO in one company. They would be unstoppable. I'm just saying. That would be something. I think Super M is completely wiped out. I want to be hopeful, but I'm going to be realistic. I don't think we're going to see anything from Super M anytime soon. I just hope EXO can still keep going strong as a full group. Me too. I agree. If CBX leaves, they are most likely going to be banned from all music shows. I am hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping that the industry has changed. I'm hoping that SM doesn't have enough power or influence like they used to. Like, I'm hoping things have changed, and I'm hoping that they don't get blacklisted. I really want CBX to promote in music shows and TV shows and everything freely and be part of award shows. Because what happened with JYJ and like SM and like also, just former SM artists that SM has really like made sure that nobody, like, it's hard for them to promote in Korea. That is so heartbreaking. So I'm hoping that's not the case with CBX. And if if SM, if SM like bans them from like music shows in Korea, CBX, just come to the States, promote in the US. I mean, because there's like a huge market now. Um, but I'm hoping that times have changed, and I'm hoping that if they do go to another company, things will be fine. Um, I will say EXO Growl is like national anthem for the K-pop groups. Yeah. I feel like EXO Growl, Shiny Ring Ding Dong, TVXQ Neurotic, and Super Junior Sorry Sorry. Those are national anthems. EXO Entertainment 2023. Yes. Yes. EXO Entertainment. Let's go. Yes. Growl is K-pop's idol anthem for sure. Every rookie group starting out covers trainings to that song. Yep. Every rookie group, they cover they cover Growl. And I mean, I gotta mention Super Junior Sorry Sorry too. But yeah, if EXO somehow went to HYBE, it just wouldn't be fair. I mean, if EXO would go to HYBE, it would be game over. I don't know how you could compete with that. Like, you would have like the biggest third gen groups. You all imagine if Blackpink goes to HYBE. Oh my gosh. You all, if you get BTS, EXO, Blackpink all in HYBE, like, that's it. I would say Twice, but Twice already renewed with JYP. But like the biggest third gen K-pop groups, that would be wild. I don't think that's gonna happen, but just imagine in an alternate universe, that would be just so wild. Let me see. I mean, but HYBE is not perfect. I want to put that out there. I don't think HYBE is perfect. I do think they also have their flaws and stuff. No K-pop company is perfect, for the record. Let me see. Yeah, I agree. It's over for SM. Super M is done. Let's be real. I know. Even Jessica got banned from all music shows in Korea. Yeah. It's sad. The biggest difference between JYJ and CBX's time is social media. Even if SM managed to ban them from TV shows, CBX can still go on radio and YouTube shows. That's true. And they could do live streams, live concerts in other countries and stuff. And like, yeah, the JYJ situation, Jessica happened at a completely different time. I think there's far more transparency in SM's nastiness that fans will see through it, right? I agree. I mean, because before, like, I was thinking about this earlier today, that like back in 2019, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a moment when, this was after Burning Sun, for the record, but like towards the end of the year, it felt like almost every boy group lost a member, like Stray Kids, The Boys, on and off, like and the companies would randomly announce like, hey, this member terminate their contract, they will no longer be part of the group, and the group is moving on with these members, and that's it. And we never heard anything from the members, like, why did they leave the company? What happened? What's going on? So in those situations, I always try to be neutral, because there's always two sides to the story. So if the company said the contract with this artist was terminated, then I would think, okay, maybe the artist, broke a rule from the company, or maybe they did something and the company can't, cover for them. Or maybe the member just terminated their contract. Like they didn't like the company and the company was mistreating them or something. Like, there's just a lot of things that are unsaid, but definitely now we get to hear things that are going on behind the scenes. Like, we get, to read it and stuff because of social media. There is a lot more transparency. And, but yeah. After you said Blackpink, EXO, and BTS, I'm dead. Blackpink, EXO, and BTS. Oh, That's a trio. No K-pop company is perfect. Exactly. Yep. It's true though. No K-pop company is perfect. And now Jessica is now in a Chinese group in a show called Sister Makes Waves. I believe that's the name of the show, but not quite sure. Yeah, I heard something about that. It's so sad. This is how it always ends for SM. We lost members already in 2014 because of contractual issues. That's really sad. I mean, like I wish SM would have fair contracts. Like I understand as a company they want to keep their artists for as long as possible. They want to keep their money makers, right? Cuz CBX is making SM lots of money, okay? Baekhyun solo, how much money did he bring in with his solo work? A lot, right? So I understand that SM, they want to keep their money makers as long as possible. They don't want their money makers going to another company and making money for that company. So they try to find loopholes in the contracts and sort of to keep them in the company. But at the same time, that's not right. Like you can't, it's like you can't force someone to love you. You know, it has to be a two-way thing. And like it sucks that SM is initially pressuring them to resign these contracts, you know, finding loopholes to extend the contracts. And also, like if you really cared for the artist and you really want them to stay for as long as possible, then treat them right. Like if they want to release a solo album, let them. Like give them the backing that they need. If a group wants to tour, like give them the supplies, like give them the tools that they need to have a successful tour and market their comebacks, you know, like just do your job and like treat them right and they will stay. Like give them a reason to stay, because if they leave, it's because you've given them a reason to leave. You know? Whenever companies leave things unsaid or unexplained, that always leads to massive speculation and ends up making the companies look like they're hiding or lying, so truth prevails. Yep, that's true. SM really needs to learn their lesson. At this point, I doubt SM is like the fact that, okay, one time, okay, fine. It was a mistake. We get it. You do the same mistake twice? That's a little fishy. You do the same mistake 3 times? You're just doing that on purpose. So I want to give SM the benefit of the doubt, but it is so hard when especially when you dive deep and you start researching everything about past SM artists and past things that groups had to deal with. Again, I'm going to mention Super Junior for their 10th anniversary. SM didn't want to give them a freaking comeback. So Suju had to have that comeback with their own money. So it's like, so again, seeing like the history of what these groups and artists have gone through, it's like SM, your track record is not the greatest. Like in order to build trust, it has to be, it takes a long time to build trust, and you can't keep making the same mistakes over and over again. I would rather have the members leave on their own terms. For example, explore the acting scene, maybe, or try to go solo and make your own music instead of forcing your way out because of stupid contracts. I mean, ideally, it would be great, yeah, if they leave in their own terms. Also, if they left peacefully, like I think Lay, he left in pretty good terms. I mean, that's essentially what I what I want for them. But I mean, CBX, they're calling out SM in what they're doing. And the thing is that they're doing this not only for themselves, but for the other artists in SM and for the trainees as well. Like they want people to be aware that it's like this whole contract situation, guess what? It affects the trainees. Like they're still doing this. TVXQ's last OT5 performance made Yuno and Changmin upset at the end. I can imagine it would make them upset. And also now I'm thinking, is it okay, is this whole situation with CBX, did the members know about the length of the contracts and stuff, or because they wanted Baekhyun to resign, were the other members aware that SM was pressuring Baekhyun to resign? Because now I'm thinking about what happened with YG. I read somewhere that with 21, all the members, they didn't resign except CL. But apparently CL was not aware that the other members didn't sign. Like, it was something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something that I read. So I'm wondering if that was a similar situation with Baekhyun. I don't know. Let me see, TVXQ contract. Okay. The TVXQ contract was a literal slave contract. You just can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yep. And the only way that changes is if you change the people in charge. If you bring someone new, someone from the outside, to be in charge of the company and have them revamp the whole system, in terms of their contracts and stuff. But I mean, in terms of the creative aspect of SM, I will give it to them. They are amazing. The creativity that goes on with SM, their groups, their artists, their solo work, every single group and soloist, their debuts and comebacks are so different from each other. Like, look at Kai and look at Taeyong. Completely different music videos. So I will give it to SM. Their creative team is impeccable, top notch, one of the best. But in terms of their contracts and all the things that go on with that, absolutely horrible. When Jessica Jung left and got kicked out of Girls' Generation, there is still no reason why she left and got kicked out of Girls' Generation and why she is banned from all Korea music shows. That's true. And I don't think the members are allowed to talk about her, right? Like, I don't think I've heard any of the members mention her. The Girls' Generation left on good terms. To, I think, which is possibly why their group comeback for their 15th anniversary last year was able to push through. I think so too. One member of EXO hasn't. What do you mean? One member of EXO hasn't renewed their contract? The only company they can provide the music resources and the money resources for SM is literally just HYBE. I don't want to see all the SM artists stuck in that company. Yep. One member of EXO hasn't signed yet, but no one knows which member. Oh my gosh. T. Oh dang. I gotta wrap it up. But yeah, T. I'm wondering who that member is. That member is probably like, let's see what's going on with CBX before I sign. But EXO has a big enough following to where they can continue their success, if not succeed even more without the backing of their company. I mean, I'm pretty sure EXO, they could get some good, I'm pretty sure they have a solid team. So now I'm wondering if EXO leaves, will they take their team too with them? Because I've seen some groups leave or some artists leave their company and their team has gone with them. The member, be free, be happy. That member, yeah, for real. Yeah, so I agree. In terms of the company that can provide them the music resources, the music and money resources is definitely HYBE. HYBE right now is obviously it is the biggest K-pop company at the moment. And I mean, I think all the groups that are under them, they are doing good. And marketing wise, I mean, they're marketing their groups globally. And yeah, so, and they definitely have the budget. Like, look at all of their groups' music videos. Come on, it's like amazing. I think it was Kai because they sent him to the military and that might freeze his contract. Maybe. iKON left YG and they were able to stay together. And their recent comeback has been so good. I'm hoping it will be the same with EXO. Yep, I agree. iKON left YG and they had a comeback and they're good and they're all together. I low-key, I thought they were going to sign with BI's company, but that wasn't the case. But nonetheless, I'm so happy that the members stuck together. And I do believe that they have more freedom now in this new company. and they could just promote and just like their latest comeback, they look like they had so much fun. Like you could tell they look really good, like not stressed or worried or anything like that, and even in their performances, and I love that for them. It will turn into a monopoly though. That's what will be awful for the industry. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do believe that there needs to be some like good, healthy competition, because if every single K-pop group is under Hybe, then it's like no matter what Hybe does, you know that they're going to succeed and they're going to get all the money. Like all the money is going to go to one place. So I do believe there should be healthy competition. Healthy competition. But that's why I want SM to treat their artists right. YG, I don't know what's going on with YG. I feel like they give Blackpink crumbs. Blinks definitely get crumbs. And Treasure, where's that Treasure comeback? You know, and I know that right now YG is focusing on Baby Monster, but you gotta pay attention to who you have. Like, Treasure is just there. Like, and I know Winner, I mean, Mino's in the military and stuff, but yeah. Which is your favorite, EXO or NCT? Why would you ask me that? So, if you were to ask me that question in 2019, I would say NCT. However, now I would say EXO. I've really grown super fond of EXO. I think before EXO, I knew NCT first. I was aware of EXO's music, but I think I learned about the members first in NCT. But then throughout the years, I've really been growing to love EXO so much. And I've been collecting their albums. So right now, I would say EXO. EXO is my favorite between EXO and NCT. They could pull the GOT7 card. Oh, yeah. And have Suho get the EXO rights. The rights to the name. Because JB worked to get that GOT7 name. Oh my gosh. I really hope if they leave, I hope that they get the rights to their music. And they get the rights to their names. I mean, it would suck if they left and they are not allowed to touch any of their songs. That would bother me so much. If EXO leaves SM and oh my gosh, CBX and their solo music, are they able to keep it? Like, is Baekhyun would he still be able to perform his music? Or Chen or Xiumin? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If SM does not, if CBX is not allowed to perform their songs outside of SM, oh my gosh, they're gonna have to pull a Taylor Swift and release a CBX version of all their songs. They're gonna have to pull a Taylor Swift. Oh my gosh. Literally every company is in a straight shambles outside of Hybe. JYP is doing solid. Yeah, I feel like every company right now, like especially when it comes to out of the big four, Hybe is obviously doing good. SM, they're starting to shake. YG has sort of been unstable for a while now, but out of all of them, Hybe has been very steady. So I do agree with you. Hybe is doing their own thing. Hybe is like in their own world. Like they're chilling. Like they're doing their own thing. You know? So facts, EXO, the GOAT. Ay, EXO. To get the trademark, your company needs to do you a solid, which I find is hard to believe that SM would. Yep, EXO, BTS, and iKON are my top groups. Ay, nice. Very nice. The only boy group I listen to, EXO, period. I listen to them 24/7, especially Blackpink, Girls' Generation, and NewJeans. Oh my gosh. Listen, when I need like a good like confidence boosting music, I will definitely listen to like some Girls' Generation, Blackpink. And yes, I recently started listening to NewJeans. Their music is really good. I don't like the fact that like they are minors, like they're very young. But you know what? They're so talented and their music is so good. But yeah, EXO, like, yeah. yeah, so it's really crazy how one group can change your fortune. OG big hit with BTS. That's true. That's true. Yeah, big hit. Hype would not even exist if there was no such thing as BTS. Like Hype would not be a thing. None of these groups that debuted would be a thing. None of the groups that are under Hype would even be, and yeah, that's crazy. Like BTS's story is like a true underdog story, like a small company, a very unknown group, and then they just like took over the entire world. Like I feel like everyone knows BTS now. And then they have like the biggest company, and it's very inspiring. JYJ was able to perform and mention TVXQ. Really? I think, did they? I know JYJ recently performed. Super Junior, TVXQ, and BTOB are my top groups. Vocals draw me in first. Oh, variety personalities get me to stay. I love that for you, Andy. I love that. Vocals draw me in and variety personalities get me to stay. Oh my gosh, you picked the best one, Super Junior, TVXQ. I haven't seen TVXQ in variety shows yet. I want to, but Suju and BTOB in variety shows, that's just like comedy right there. Like they are just like comedy kings. Oh my gosh, I love them. It's interesting what Hype did, though, to keep BTS in their company, giving them stocks within the company. So, of course, they'd want to see Hype thrive and be loyal. Yeah, yeah. And as artists, I'm sure they want other artists to be treated right. Like, yeah, like it gives them ownership. Like, this is our company, so let's make it the best that it can be versus like someone else is telling you, like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, versus like, you know what, this is your company too. Like you got to say and stuff. I really do hope that BTS does have that creative freedom and they're able to just, do the music that they want. JYJ was able to perform some TVXQ songs. Awesome. I love that for them. All right, guys. So I'm going to have to wrap it up. In 2017 and 2018, pre-Hype BTS single-handedly brought in as much, if not more, income than the OG Big Three. I believe that. I mean, I discovered K-pop because of BTS in November of 2018 with their song Idol. If it wasn't for that song, I don't think I would be sitting here talking to you all. I don't think I would have gotten into K-pop if it wasn't for BTS's Idol, specifically Idol. Because my cousin, who has been into K-pop for years, has been trying to get me to like K-pop. She's tried to get me to listen to K-pop for years, and I kept turning her down. But one day I stumbled upon BTS's Idol, and boom, that is it. And then my cousin showed me every single music video of every single boy group in 2018. That is why I know so many K-pop groups, and that's why I'm a huge multi-stan, because I basically jumped in the deep end with K-pop, and I learned about all of these groups at the same time. But yeah, SM started doing that by putting Boa and Kangta as board members, but it stopped after first gen apparently. And I wonder why. Like, I know Suho, he wants to be like CEO or something. Like, yeah. Okay, now I remember why Jessica Jung possibly got kicked out in Girls' Generation. The reason is because in her book Shine and Bright, she mentions about no dating rules, but it could be her blank and declare. I read somewhere that it was because of her business. I don't think dating is enough to get kicked out. Maybe back in like probably in the early days, but especially nowadays, I don't think anybody gets kicked out because of dating. But in terms of Jessica, I think it was probably because of her business. I read somewhere that it was because of her business. But it could also be about her potential marriage to her boyfriend. There was a potential marriage? Oh my gosh. I gotta look into it. All right, you all. I gotta wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you so much for chatting. I really appreciate it. I don't know who's gonna be the next one to release a statement. Knowing SM, they're probably gonna come back and be like, but wait, there's more. But yeah, so regardless, I will do another live stream and we could just chat about comebacks, other groups, CBX, you know. But it could also be, hold on. It was more about her wanting to expand to other areas, but SM wouldn't allow it. Aww. If this issue for EXO CBX and SM Town is and SM lost, and they let CBX have a comeback with EXO, and this comeback will be the biggest, and I want to collab with Western artists if they pick Ariana Grande. Oh my gosh. Oh, imagine Baekhyun and Ariana Grande do a collab or Dio. The vocals. Oh my gosh. I don't listen to Ariana Grande, but I know her vocals are amazing. Let's keep supporting. Yes, through all this. Yes. Alrighty. So thank you all so very much. I don't know when the next live stream will be. Probably. Should we do a Friday live stream? Do you guys want to do a live stream on Friday? Let's keep supporting EXO through all this. Yes. Advent chatting. Yes. Let's keep the faith to EXO. Yes. All right, let me know. Do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to have a live stream on Friday? Same. Imagine Chen and Ariana. Chen and Ariana Grande collab. Yes. Yeah. So if I do go live on Friday, it would probably be like at 11 a.m. Eastern. Like 8 a.m. Pacific. Let me know. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you all know. I know I keep saying this, but seriously, thank you all for sticking with me and chatting. I really appreciate it. Whenever SM CBX drops new news, I'll be here. Yes, thank you. All right, you all. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful morning, afternoon, evening. I hope you listen to really great music. After this stream, stay hydrated. I am. I'm keeping hydrated. Also, I hope Blackpink and Ariana Grande collaboration will happen in the future, because when their collab with Selena Gomez, it did not come true. That's true. Oh, Blackpink and Ariana Grande, I could definitely see them collabing. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you, you two. Thank you, you all. I hope you have a great day. Have a great day, you all. All right. Till next time. I hope you have a wonderful day. And what did you said about to make a K-drama about Hybe and SM? Or I'm forgetting something. Wait, what do you mean? To make a K-drama about Hybe and SM? Oh! Okay. Like, I was thinking somebody should do a K-drama based off of the whole Hybe, SM, Xiumin, and his nephew, that whole situation. Somebody should make a K-drama inspired by that. Which, that whole situation, it does remind me of the K-drama Reborn Rich, which I was watching. I paused. I have to finish watching the drama. I want to finish watching Reborn Rich, which I will. But that whole Hybe SM situation and Xiumin and his nephew, it did remind me of the K-drama Reborn Rich. But it would be cool if somebody were to do a K-drama inspired by that whole situation. I think it would be great. But yeah. Okay. So with all that being said, that is it. Oh, your eyes are so pretty. Oh, thank you. Oh, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. So next live stream, probably, hopefully Friday. Excuse me. Probably Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Yeah. Okay. Have a wonderful day. You have to finish Reborn Rich. I know I have to finish it. It's just I got so behind on the content on my channel that I haven't been able to finish watching it, but I will watch it. I will finish it. Okay. For the 200th time. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.